Hey everyone, it's Sean here with Brushzilla again. So today, do something different. We've already done a video which talked a little about educational things and my point of view. Today we're going to do an introduction to a different instrument. So I've got a B-flat trumpet right here. She's a beautiful trumpet, so I had to put the old suit and pocket square on just to introduce her because she's a sexy looking lady. So what we've got right here is a Martin Handcraft Dansant model. For years, I just want to say something quickly. For years, I used to call these the Dansant model, and I never actually read the bell properly. But D-A-N-S-A-N-T. I don't know how I got it wrong for so many years. But anyway, the Dansant model. So this is a fully gold-plated instrument, and she features this beautiful hand engraving. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I've got that on the screen right here. 1 second, and I'll try and get that a little better. So it's beautiful hand engraved. There was a specialist that did this in the factory. The other thing that's special about this particular instrument right here is the fact that it's got a teeny tiny bell. So if I take my mouthpiece out here and I compare the size of my mouthpiece to the bell, you try that on your own instrument. This is a teeny tiny bell. It's only one of two I've ever seen like this. She's got a little bit of a warped fingering there. That's an easy fix. I've left it just to keep it original. It is a small bore instrument. So most of them that I see from this era, which by the way is the 1920s, typically medium bore. So small bore is a little bit rarer again. Beautiful condition, has the original mouthpiece. One thing I should point out with these mouthpieces, with these instruments, you have to always consider the gap and how far that mouthpiece shank is going into the receiver. The reason being, during that time, it wasn't really standardized at all. So you've got a lot of different variations on the shanks, and you've got variations on how the lead pipes are set up. If at all possible, always go for original. You're gonna, if you've got the horn and the original mouthpiece with it, you get a small premium for that. And it just makes it easier to play, easier to test, and you get the more natural characteristic of what they were going for originally when they made the instrument. If you went with a modern mouthpiece, you would probably have to get the shank adapted slightly. They might have to take a little bit off it, just to get it sitting down a little bit further into the shank, into the receiver. Sorry. Anyway, so given this is a really small bell and it's kind of set up for dances and things of that era, you'd think this would have a really bright sound, but actually this has quite a bit different from my perspective. I think this is actually quite a sweeter sound. So anyway, I'll give you a quick play test. And we'll try a little piece with it as well. Yeah, so there you have it. It's generally got a pretty nice little tone. I don't know if you noticed in there, but I'm having to consciously think about my head, just because the valve placement is quite a, like it's almost in a funky position. It's so kind of long as an instrument. Doesn't necessarily fit into a standard case either. But beautiful instruments. Quite scarce, especially being the small bore with the this engraving. This is what we call the number 4 engraving. So that's artist level engraving, so hand engraved, quadruple gold plate, quadruple silver plate, and that was the number 1. It was called the number 4 finish during that era, but that was the top finish you could have on your instrument. So there you have it. She's a beauty. It's a Martin Handcraft Dansant, gold plated. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions with regards to this horn or anything else that you might see, please leave a comment below. You can always reach us on the Facebook page, send us a private message if you don't want to go public with your comments. We're pretty accessible. When I say we're, that's only me. Pretty accessible to any questions. I love talking about Martins. Hey, if you got one of these, send me your pics. Tell me the whole story about how you got it, where it's from, and the whole history. I love that kind of stuff. So, until next video, I look forward to seeing you again.